Well, Ann, we are at the entrance to Hamilton Creek Recreation Area where, as you said just moments ago, police did capture William Bohannon, who was hiding in the woods. We have some amazing video to show you now where you see him here being escorted to the edge of the woods. That's just moments after one of the police canines tracked him down, and officers quickly had him on the ground and in handcuffs. Now, agents, we're told, were working on a tip that Bohannon might be, in fact, camping out here. They shut down the entire Hamilton Creek Park and evacuated the area. They had a chopper in the air and, of course, the canine. And just moments after they started their search, their efforts paid off. Again, William Bohannon is now in police custody. A few minutes ago, he was taken by ambulance to the hospital. I'm told he does have injuries from the canine, as well as some leg injuries from the escape itself. Now, this recreation area here, to evacuate it, took a lot of effort because there is a sailboat marina here. There's also a boat launching ramp as well as some bike trails, and Metro Police and agents had to come in here and get all the people out because they knew that Bohannon was dangerous. They were afraid he might try something, so they came in, got all the people out, and then went in and picked him up. We'll have more on this amazing capture for you coming up on News 2 at 6. Live at Percy Priest, I'm Christi Lowe.
I'm in Englewood with this News 2 exclusive. Christi?
Well, Bob, here's the scenario. The teenager came to the mailbox to check her mail, and while she was standing here, the suspect drove up next to her and tried to abduct her. He reached out and tried to grab her. He even opened his car door, but she slammed the door shut and got away. And tonight, that teen knows she's lucky, and she hopes that her fight will set an example for other kids. Now, just by sheer instinct, Brianne did all the right things, but Metro Police say parents should teach their kids how to respond if someone tries to kidnap them. We'll have more on that on News 2 at 6. Reporting live in Englewood, I'm Christi Lowe. Back to you.
Smart kid. Thanks, Christi. It was a lot of fun.
It was great fun, Bob. We jumped and landed at the Air Assault School here on post, and these are the guys that you see performing at air shows, at Titans games, and recruiting events. They are soldiers who have been jumping for many, many years, and today they gave me an extreme look at how they get the job done. They do it in combat. Airborne Rangers with the 82nd and Special Ops soldiers at Fort Campbell jump from planes with the goal of getting on the ground quickly.
Because they're very vulnerable in the parachutes during the descent. Get them on the ground so they can become a fighting force.
But this is entirely different. For soldiers with the 101st Performance Parachute Team, the goal is precision.
Well, the goal is always to be exact, but I think what's more important is possessing a knowledge base to make a minor correction if you have to.
To demonstrate the skill involved, Staff Sergeant Matthew Klein invited me along for a ride. After a brief training session, we loaded onto a Chinook and started climbing.
I'm concerned not only that the free fall is going to be enjoyable for you, that the landing is going to be enjoyable for you also.
At 12,500 feet, it was time to go. We fell at 120 miles per hour for about 50 seconds. Then at 5,000 feet, Staff Sergeant Klein pulled the chute, and it was easy sailing.
And flare, 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 flare. Stand up, let go of the right toggle, let go of it, there you go. Walk backwards with me. Right, go ahead.
Yay! Now, that parachute equipment is exactly what they used when former President Bush jumped just a few days ago. It's as safe as you can get because it's got a computer in the parachute pack. So if you don't deploy the chute by a certain altitude, it automatically does it for you. Well, coming up on News 2 at 5, we'll show you some more of that footage. Live at Fort Campbell, I'm Christi Lowe.
You flared perfectly.
Now that we're in the Middle East, the official mission begins. These soldiers will set up camp and begin training for whatever is to come. Reporting from Kuwait, Christi Lowe, News 2. Here at Camp Pennsylvania, we are very close to the Iraqi border, and Army officials say their men have to be prepared for a possible Scud attack. So when you hear the alarm sound, you run. Soldiers have to get to one of these bunkers as quickly as possible and put their gas mask on. Now, here's what the bunkers are made out of. They're concrete and they're reinforced with lots of sandbags. And if you take a look around, you can see there are several of these bunkers strategically placed around the camp. We hope we never have to use them, but soldiers need to know what to do just in case. Reporting from the Kuwaiti desert, Christi Lowe, News 2. Departments and firefighters just told me that they have the blaze contained, but they are still trying to get all the flames put out. If you take a look over here, you can see the damage that this fire has caused. There is literally nothing left of this entire building. Tonight, families who lived in those apartments are trying to figure out what they're going to do, where they're going to go, and many of them did not have renter's insurance. 22-year-old Kimberly Urick cries hysterically as she watches the fire spread from across the hall into her third-floor apartment.
It's material stuff, but it's like your whole life just goes, it's gone in women. It's like, I mean, family heirlooms that I had gotten, personal documents that I didn't need to lose are just gone.
Just before 2, Kimberly came home to find smoke pouring from a basement unit. She called 911 and has been staring at the destruction ever since.
It's just now taking her apartment over, so, you know, we're just devastated, but yet we're thankful nobody was hurt.
The 4-alarm fire spread quickly. Firefighters on the scene tell News 2 wind was a big part of the problem, and the fact that these apartments are made almost entirely out of wood. Fortunately, everyone who lived here was evacuated safely.
It's the people. It doesn't matter if you lose every single thing you own. It's the people, and it's just so sad. I can't even imagine if this was one building over, it would be me and my family.
Now you can see firefighters on the second floor there still trying to put out what's left of the flames. We do not know what caused this fire yet. But again, firefighters do say they have the blaze under control. The strategy now is going to be to stick around and make sure that it does not reignite and spread further damage. And of course, to find help for those families that now have no place to go. Now, I was just informed that there was one firefighter who did have to be transported to the hospital with minor injuries, but none of the residents here were hurt. And folks here are urging anyone affected by this fire to go to the rental office here for help from the Red Cross. We'll stay on the scene and give you live updates as they become available. Reporting live in Glencliff, I'm Christi Lowe.